Friday, everybody, and welcome back. Yes, we just got back from our trip, and we took a trip to Great Wolf Lodge in Kansas City to celebrate little man's 4th birthday. And it was an amazing, couple of days. Um, and I'll tell you all about it, but let's see who's here, because I know some people kind of snuck in early. So, Jeff is here. Hey, Jeff, I want to hear all about New Zealand, right? I will catch up later on as I need to go, but we'll watch it later. Stay safe and have a blessed weekend. Thank you so much for checking in. Jeff has been in New Zealand for a week, beats Kansas City all to heck, but I want to hear all about it. So be sure and leave me a comment below and let me know. Let me know how it went. And I wish there was a way you could send pictures because I would love, love, love to see it. Randy's here. Hello, Sly. Randy, thank you so much for saying happy birthday to the boy. He kind of, he doesn't like to be the center of attention too much, but he does. He's 4, so he does. You know how it is. Jeff says, "Good day, Roy. How's life down your way?" And Lewis is here. Hey, everyone. Hey, Lewis. How are you doing, bud? Um, Roy's saying good day to Sly. Thank you. Thank you. Jeff's saying afternoon, Sly, back from New Zealand. If you ever get the chance to visit, it is a must-see place to visit. The South Island is magnificent. Words cannot describe how beautiful this place is. So are you back? Or are you still in New Zealand? Because I thought you were coming back. Maybe you're coming back tomorrow. And there's Peter. Hi, Sly. Hi, Peter. Thank you for singing to us. That was very nice. That was very special. And for some reason, my grandson thinks Peter lives like next door or reasonably close because he thought he was mowing his yard so we could play out in his backyard when we go over there. And he's never been there. So he's about 1,000 miles away. I don't think he ever will go there, but you know, who knows? Never say never, right? And if he does, you better have your backyard mowed, Peter, because he wants to play in the backyard. Just saying. Um, Lewis is saying, Aiden and I are well. Yes, I could see Aiden and Haas playing. That I think they would get along really well. They look very similar too, by the way. Just so you know, Aiden looks a little bit older because he is, but they look very, very similar. Okay. I found out a couple of things this week. One kind of irritated me a little bit, but I understand, kind of, sort of. So I took little man to Dinosaur World, and I videotaped it, and I put it on YouTube, right? And I made some mistakes, I admit, but whatever. And so it like jumped, like, and since I got back, my eye is watering, and I have no idea why. So it must be something is irritating it. Anyway, so it like in 2 days, it just took off, right? And then nothing, absolutely nothing for, well, it was in May. So for several months, not one view for several months, just like the first 2 days, just boom, and then absolutely nothing. Well, it turned out it was YouTube. And it was because it had a child in it and I didn't mark it for children, that they didn't restrict it. I can't remember the word they used, but they did finally send me an email saying you can't have children in your video. So for this trip, I will be, posting it like I do all my little trips. But, and not that many people watch it, to be honest with you. But there will be a YouTube version and a family version. I will not have him in the YouTube version. So, it's just, I understand, sort of. There was nothing wrong with the dinosaur video. I mean, he's just running around looking at the dinosaurs. But, okay, I get it. So, yeah. So there will be, my editing skills will be put to the test. and to see if I can keep children out of this video. We went to a place called Great Wolf Lodge, which there's a reason why I'm telling you about this. They have this humongous indoor water park. Okay. That was primarily the reason that we picked that place, because he likes to swim and, he likes to play on playground equipment, and it's kind of the best of both worlds. And they have it for like little bitty guys up to adults. So you start on this end with like the little bitty wading pools and little bitty like splash pads and stuff like that. And then it goes up to the adults, where you have these humongous water slides, and it's just, yeah, it's amazing. They also have miniature golf and laser tag and a thing called Magic Quest, which I'll tell you about. But primarily, we went for the water, okay? And everybody's always asking about my equipment and what'd you use and this, that, and the other. And this is kind of the point of tonight, right? So y'all know I've been doing all these bag reviews and everything, and I think I have 5 what I would consider on the bigger side slings, okay? And I kind of picked one not really knowing what to expect and what kind of, week we were going to have. I did take my 16-liter camera bag because I did take some extra gear with me, and I ended up not using any of it, right? So, but this was the winner chicken dinner, okay? Now I have, just so you guys know, right? I have so many big slings, so many. And the reason this one won is, I'm going to stand up to show this to you. The reason this one won is because when you put it on, this goes up and this goes to the side, right? So when you're wearing it, it's kind of out of the way. If you want it totally out of the way, you just sling it around to your back. But then when you need it, everything is upright instead of at an angle, right? So nothing falls out. And this is the winner chicken dinner. Get out my granny glasses. I haven't unpacked yet, by the way. Bye. At a moment's notice, I'm ready to go. And then it goes right back in there. And you just zip it right back up. So it got a workout this weekend. This was, I probably, that they have these where you can customize it and do the different colors and put your name on it and all this stuff. And I probably will get one of those, just because this thing was so handy. Now, out of all the cameras I have, why did I take the Osmo? Because of the water park. And I actually had people come up and ask me, is that camera waterproof? Why, yes it is. Very much so. So this little guy, and he's kind of, people don't, well, they did notice him because I was holding it up, filming everything. But the whole time we were at the water park, now I didn't take the bag because the bag is not waterproof, but I could take this and not have to worry about anything. And this thing got soaked, right? I actually took it down a water slide with me. They had 2 water slides that I think they were about the same length, because I went down both of them at one time, but the red one was his favorite, and I didn't feel comfortable letting him go up there by himself, so I had to take him up there. Well, then how am I going to get back down unless I go down a water slide, right? So I went down this water slide like 50 times, and so eventually I'm like, well, give me that camera. I'm going to just hold it and go down the water slide. So I haven't had a chance to look at the footage, but I will. But yeah, that thing was just, it was amazing. Because like, even when we went to dinner and stuff, the camera was just right there. I took my M6, I got it out one time when he was blowing his candles out, right? That was it. The rest of the time, this thing went with me because it's so small, it's so easy to use. You just turn it on and boom, you're on, right? I did remember to take the cap off. I got these little caps because I'm kind of accident prone. There's that. So, but we'll see how the footage turned out. But I think, guys, you know, Peter just made a video about which camera is the best. Well, it kind of depends on what you're doing, because none of the rest of my cameras are waterproof. I think the ADD is water resistant. So if you're out in the rain or something, it has that coating on it, but it's not waterproof by any stretch of the imagination. And this thing, when you walked in about 20 feet and you were already getting overspray because there is so much water coming down from above that you're already getting all the overspray and everything. So within about 20 feet of walking through the door, I'm starting to get wet. And so the camera is too. So none of my camera bags are waterproof. Some of them have rain covers. Some of them are a little bit more water resistant, but none of them are waterproof. And so going to a water park, this was the perfect camera to take. Now, I'm not so sure how it did in the hotel. They have this thing called a Magic Quest, and you have to run up and down. It's like a resort. And so there's like 4 different ways you can go, and on different floors. And so I think I probably did stairs at least 200 times, right? It was a very athletic weekend, week. We went Wednesday and we came back today. So I got a workout, right? And honestly, I don't feel too bad. Stomach muscles are a little bit sore, but that's okay. That's okay. Maybe it'll firm things up a little bit, right? And Jeff says, yes, I am back from New Zealand. Okay, that's cool. Man, I wish you could send pictures. I don't know how you would do that, but maybe you could email me to them and I can put them up for you next week. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think you have a channel. Do you have a channel? Maybe you do. I've never looked. I need to look. So, but yeah, that was, and when I came home and I'm unpacking everything and I'm looking at all these other slings, and every single one of them, now some of them I haven't even used because I haven't had them that long, but every single one of them, the rest of them have the things on the side. So you can wear it diagonally, I guess, or you could wear it as a fanny pack, but for as much stair climbing and as much as I was doing, a fanny pack would really have gotten in the way. But all the rest of them have them just straight on the side. And this thing, with it being offset like that, it won the prize, right? Not to mention it'll hold everything I needed to carry. Now, it's a little bit, I say it's a little bit big for an everyday, but honestly, nah, maybe if I'm not, it's definitely got plenty of room. Let's put it that way. And I didn't have any trouble sitting with it in the car or anything like that. So definitely a winner chicken dinner on that one. And it really, as much activity as I was doing, it really made me appreciate the fact that I could get it out of my way if I needed to. They have an arcade, and he loves to play arcade games, so we rode the motorcycles and we did the shooting the water gun things and a whole bunch of arcade games. And I just threw it around on my back, and it wasn't in my way at all. A fanny pack would have been in the way if I'd been wearing it like on the front. So, and if I'd tried to move it around to the back and then tried to move it around to the front, that just, it wouldn't have worked as well. So there again, perhaps some of these other ones are better for different occasions. We'll find out next month. I'm not 100% where we're going yet, but we're going somewhere next month for a couple of days. And so depending on where we're going and what we're doing, I may take a different one, but this one rocked. This was the star of the show. So the camera bag sat in the hotel room the entire trip. Like I said, I got the M6 out one time when he was blowing out his candles on his birthday cake. So Obviously, that will not go make it to YouTube, right? I did get some good pictures of the hotel room, which was really cool. It had bunk beds in a little faux stone enclosure. It was called the Wolf's Den. And so the bunk beds were in there, and he had his own little TV. And it was a really, really cool setup. So, highly recommend it. Little on the expensive side, but definitely a resort worth checking out for sure. And so, like I said, I have not gotten to review the footage yet. I did load it to the Mac, so it would be off the card, but I haven't gotten to really look at it yet. So, you know, that'll be probably not tomorrow's video, because that would be, I'd have to burn the midnight oil for that one. Plus, I'm going to have to split things and just show things with that little man in them. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure. I don't know that I've ever edited a video for two purposes. So that'll kind of be testing my skills. But he's getting a new room. He's with his dad this weekend, and his mom is completely redoing his room while he's gone. So that's kind of, I don't know, kind of exciting. I don't know, you know, he likes me to lay on his bed with him, and I don't know that the new bed will support me. It's up in the air, and I don't know how sturdy it is, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see about that one. The bunk beds at the hotel, they did support me. So it was a little precarious, not going up so much, but getting back down, right? Because it was about 5 feet up in the air, which is my height. So, I mean, I'm 5'4", so yeah, it was like I could see on top of the mattress if I raised up. When I had to get stuff off the bed, I had to stand on the bottom bunk to reach over. So this one is only 40, I believe 44 inches tall. So it's not as high, but I also don't know how sturdy it is. So we'll see. I have been, because I use this camera so much this weekend, I'm really kind of wanting that Osmo 4. I don't know that it would be any better than this, but I've been watching videos on it, and it's just kind of, and I know GoPro just came out with a Hero 12, and honestly, it looks kind of like the 11. I mean, I've watched some comparison videos. I think if you didn't see them side by side, the Osmo 4 knocks it out of the park. Okay? When you see them side by side, there are times where the Osmo 4 knocks it out of the park and times where the Hero 12 knocks it out of the park. So they both have really good internal microphones, which I didn't get to use a microphone at all this weekend because if you put a mic on this, it's not waterproof. So you're really limited to what you can do. I don't use a microphone on it when it's on the kayak. Same reason. If I do capsize, it would ruin the camera. So, but the camera performed remarkably well. I mean, it got dunked underwater and didn't hurt it a bit. So, yay, DJI. I'm pretty impressed with that. But there he is. So, yeah, I think the best camera is the one for, well, number one is going to be the one that you want to carry all the time. The M6 I love. This is so much easier, right? So I'm kind of, after this weekend, I'm kind of leaning away from it. I don't know. We'll see. You know, Peter did the Sony, which one was it, Peter? The Sony E1, maybe? And Sony makes a fantastic camera. And if somebody was just starting out and didn't have lenses or anything like that, didn't have any ties to any one company or the other, I would probably recommend they go with the Sony. But since I'm so engrossed in the Canon ecosystem, I will probably stay with the Canon. Yeah. But so did I lose you guys? Anybody? It looks like I'm still. It looks like I'm still going. 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So we'll keep going. Maybe I am. I actually have my phone off. So Peter, if you're trying to tell me anything, uh, and he's not. So, yeah, like I said, I have not unpacked. So everything I had with me is still in here, which, phone in the front pocket, uh, billfold and what have you in the back pocket. And of course, my granny glasses, got to have those. I did get asked for a business card twice because I was carrying my camera around with me everywhere. And of course, everybody always wants to know what you're doing, why you're holding the camera. And then what I call my tool pouch. It's not really a tool pouch, but the knife came in handy because nobody had scissors, and we had to cut things off. Like I took birthday presents to him, and we had to cut tags off and what have you. And my lip gloss and a flashlight, which I thought we would play with the flashlight, so I took a couple of them. We ended up being so exhausted at the end of the night that we didn't get to play with that. And then my little tool for life in general. It doesn't have a knife or scissors on it, but it's got like the hex heads and the screwdrivers and all that good kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff goes with me everywhere. And I just put it in here, and there was room for everything plus the camera and the tripod. So so it was a really, really fun trip. Um, so I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe I do. Uh, Let me just find out. Uh, eh, there we go. My son is on vacation. His birthday's at the end of the month, and he is in Colorado. And my daughter is at home doing the bed and doing the bedroom. Uh, so we will find out uh, if I am or not. But anyway, uh, so that's been pretty much my week. Um, see if I can get anybody. Well, oh, okay, I am. Okay, just checking. Um, Roy's asking Jeff, did you bring us back a hobbit? And Randy says, yes, you're live. Okay, good. You guys got to keep the comments going because I don't know. Otherwise, I don't really trust when you click on here, it kind of tells you are, but you're not. Yeah, I don't trust it. Um, so that's been kind of my week, guys. Very energetic week and athletic, and I'll probably drop another bag video tomorrow. I started to take all my wandered stuff and do a video on that, and at the last minute I thought, instead of focusing on YouTube, I'm going to focus on family time and be comfortable. And so that's what I ended up doing, and I'm so glad I did because I don't even know where the wandered bag is, but this will not fit in it. So I'm really, really, I'm liking this Tomtoc thing. And my next one, I think, is going to be they make two, this is the small. They make a medium and a large version of this. And they're built the same. I think the medium and large have an extra zippered pocket inside, but I can't imagine it getting any better than this. And I don't think I need any more room. Now, I think the medium is for people that carry an iPad, and the large is for like a 14-inch MacBook. I'm not sure, but yeah, this for me is perfect. because I don't have a laptop and I don't have an iPad. So there's that. Um, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you, Lewis. Attentively listening. Yes, I do that a lot with you guys too. I'll listen and um, like Peter, I listen to him while I'm trying to get ready, and so I miss a lot, um, which kind of makes me want to do it at a different time because I enjoy Peter's live stream, but I miss a lot of it. I listen to him, but I still miss quite a bit. So, um, but that's okay. So, Scott was looking for a bag. Okay. Um, that was Peter. Scott was looking for a bag, so I was really hoping he would come in tonight so I can find out if he got it and how he likes it and, all this good stuff. So, um, I'll be sending one to someone that we all know, um, down in Florida way for his birthday. So, uh, I'm sure he'll showcase it and ooh and on, all that good stuff. Um, but I get Randy says I get interrupted by my cat. I do not know what he wants. Food. Yes. Anytime my neighbor cats start howling at the door, it's because I feed them from time to time and they want more food. Oh, I did have something kind of interesting happen today. So, I have a security system on my house and it has cameras everywhere. And one of the backyard cameras went off. Now, the cats will set them off. So I didn't think too much about it. And, since we were riding in the car and I didn't have anything else to do, I opened it to look at it. And lo and behold, someone is mowing my yard. Really? Like, and so I tried to talk to him, but they couldn't hear me over the lawnmower. So thank you, God, whoever you sent to mow my yard, because, so here's the problem. My yard has a concrete block all the way around the back of it. It's not very big. The backyard is not very big. The whole yard is out in the front. But the backyard has this concrete wall built all the way around it. And it has two 24-inch gates. Okay. Has one on this side and one on this side. 24 inches. You can't get anything back there except a push mower, like a 21-inch push mower, okay? Which is fine. It's a very small yard. That's all you would need. I have a push mower that only mowed 3 times. So my neighbor comes over and he's like, well, I just happened to work on those. I can probably fix that for you. Great. Well, that'll be $80, ma'am. Okay. That sounds fair. Here's $80. Well, when we got home that afternoon, he's like, it took a few more parts than I thought. It's going to be another $48. No, it was more than that. It was $168 total. So it was another $88. And I'm like, ooh, probably wouldn't have put that much in that mower. I would have just bought another mower for that, right? He's like, well, I've already put the parts in it and it's already fixed. Fine. Here's your however much extra it was. So I get it home and yes, technically it would mow very short grass because it never mowed up to speed, right? You would start it and it was like not revving up high enough. And he disappeared. Okay. So eventually, and so I did. I kept mowing with it. I would just mow more often. Make sure that grass wasn't any taller than that. Just mow more often. I even raised the wheels up or whatever so it would cut higher, right? And it finally just said, okay, I'm done. It was literally running and just died. And I have not been able to get it restarted. So I have not been able to mow the backyard. I have weed-eated a path so I could walk through without, having something jump out and bite me. But I haven't had time, and it's been too hot to weed eat the entire backyard. So I call my son. I said, "Did you send somebody down to mow my backyard?" He's like, "Nope, wasn't me." I said, "Really?" Well, I can believe that because where he would pay for it, he would not set it up. Okay. My daughter would set something like that up, but I was with her and she denied all responsibility. And I can't get the guy to answer me because he can't hear me over the lawnmower. So I'm just thanking God. Thank you for the gift of having my backyard mowed. Now, because he didn't know me, he left what I call weeds because I think he thought they were important. They're not. One looks like it has some kind of a berry growing on it. Yeah, don't care. So tomorrow, because the weather has cooled down just a little bit, it's in the 80s instead of the hundreds, I will get out there with my lopper things and chop the rest of it down. And he didn't blow like when I've got a blower, so I'm going to blow the sidewalk thing. But hallelujah, the grass was up over my waist because I haven't had anything to get back there with. So yes, God is good. God is very good. Um, Aiden, okay. Aiden, my biggest and favorite distraction. I completely understand because little man is yeah. He didn't sleep with me last night, and when I inquired, because his mother's wanting to try to get him to sleep in his own bed and not co-sleep anymore, and so I thought that because we were exhausted last night, he and I played so hard yesterday, it wasn't even funny. Like I said, we went down the water slides about 50 times. We went through, they have a thing called a Cripple Creek, and it has like rapids. It's not very deep. It's like 2.5 feet deep. But that's deep for him, right? And so I'm holding on to him, the whole time. And we went through that thing about 4 times. And then we swam. They have a little pool area where you can play basketball, water basketball. And we did that. And so it was a very active day. And then we did the quest thing. And the way they have this quest thing set up is not friendly to parents. And I guess it's supposed to wear your child out. Well, it wore me out. Because they have on 2 floors, there's 4 hallways. Okay? 2 up, 2 down. And you have to get these clues in order. So you go up hallway 1. The next clue will be down hallway on this side. And then up the flight of stairs, and then down the flight of stairs in the hallway on this. So you can kind of see they do this on purpose so that you're running all over the lodge, going up and down the stairs. They have an elevator. It is slow as molasses, and nobody has time to wait on it. So here the stairs you go. So I probably did these stairs a lot. Yeah, a lot. Going down was not so bad. Going up them eventually was like, y'all go ahead, I'll catch up to you type thing. And then a couple of times it was like we were on the 1st floor and you had to get to the 4th floor. I'll wait for the elevator. Yeah. Sly's not 28 years old anymore. Randy says he just ate. Well, then he just wants some loving. That's all cats want. They either want food or attention. And once they get their fill of either, you won't see them again. Randy says, by the way, he does get anxious before it rains. 50% chance tonight. Okay, so yeah, some pets don't like thunderstorms or even a change in barometer, right? I don't think it's supposed to rain here. I haven't really looked, to be honest with you. Peter says there are people who have YouTube channels that go and cut lawns for free and make YouTube content out of it. Maybe that happened there. So that's what my son said. He said maybe, he's making a video and your yard was prime or for it, right? And I didn't see a camera. So I mean, I had my camera on him and I didn't see a camera. I didn't see anybody else there either. I had asked, I have a guy that lives 2 doors down, and somebody set his house on fire and he refuses to leave and he has no insurance. Okay. So he's lived in this house now. This will be his second winter. No utilities, no water, no nothing. And he stays in that house. His grandmother gave it to him and he will not leave. And so I did see him the other day and I asked him if he had a lawnmower, which he doesn't. And I told him my sob story about the mower. And so I'm thinking, because I've kind of tried to help him out, living over there last winter with no heat. And so I'm thinking maybe he got somebody to mow it for me. I don't know. He can't afford to pay anybody, so I know he didn't pay for it. But it's called nickel and diming. Liz says, that sucks. Randy says, I got a solution. Goats. We were just talking about goats today. A lot of people will rent goats to clear a pasture, which kind of blows my mind. I mean, what perfect way, because goats will eat anything, right? And rocks don't bother them. So, yeah, that would be kind of a good way to clear a pasture. Jonathan has goats. I need to watch that video because I do like that song. It's from The Sound of Music. I recognized it immediately. And it was, I think, on The Sound of Music, it was when they were doing a play or something. But it was really cool. So, yeah, that was... I like that. I'll have to go back and watch that. And see his goats. Yes. Is he still in Mexico? Because I think he is. I don't know where he is in Mexico, but I think he still lives down there. So, yeah, I was totally blessed today by the guy mowing my yard. And if you're watching, huge shout out. Thank you very much. I have no idea who you are. I have a picture of him, so I know what he looks like, but never seen the man before in my life. And he mowed and weed eated, and like I said, the only things he missed, there's a huge stalk out there, and it has some kind of berries on it. I'm not eating them. I can't even identify what kind they are. They look like something that would grow out in a pasture, though. And then he left 2 little ferns on the side, which, yeah, just mow it all down. Sly does not do yard work. Yeah, I have a 0 turn for the front yard and the side yard, because my front yard it's not big. I don't need a 0 turn. It was just what was cheap at the time. So, yeah, that's how I ended up with that. But, so, thank you. I mean, that was a wonderful thing to come home to. And I did check the cameras when he was through to make sure that nothing else disappeared, and it didn't. So he came with goodwill and he left. Didn't take anything. So thank you. He did leave my gate open, but that's okay. There was nothing that could escape. I mean, there's neighborhood cats that come and go, but they just jump the fence anyway. So, yeah, that was amazing. So, y'all think I should get the Action 4? Honestly, when I review the video from this trip, I will know, because it was all indoor shooting. Even the water park is indoors. Now, they've got the big skylight things going on. So it was really, like, it wasn't as bright as being outside, but it was bright. So I think it did fine in the water park area. I don't know how it did in, like, the hallways and running up and down the hallways. And, like, when I went through the tunnel, the water slide, I took this with me. So it'll be interesting to see, number one, the stabilization, and number two, how it did going from the bright to the dark to the bright, right? So I'll eventually post that, but I think tomorrow's video is probably going to be another bag video. I think the nomadic, what's it called? The nomadic 1 liter sling. just because, well, I'll give you guys a peek. It's over here still. That's the last video I made, so it's kind of cool. I kind of like that tiger stripe look. I think they call it a tiger stripe. I'm not sure. It's not, it's green, so tigers aren't green. And I could have the name totally wrong, but it's, I don't know. It's not black. Okay. I get really tired of having so many black bags that I don't like that much black. So it is kind of cool. It's not as cool as the Tomtoc, but, and I don't, I didn't even try, but I don't think we're going to try it right now with you guys. No, it does not fit. Its little feet stick out the side. So yeah, that that right there knocked that out. But for just for just running around town and stuff, that would be fine. Um, it's a little bit bigger than what I like, and they say it's only 1 liter, which I kind of don't believe because I have so many, and stuff that other people call like a 3 liter or a 2 liter. It seems like about a 1.5 is my perfect happy place, and that's just a little bit bigger than a 1.5. But they call it a 1 liter, so go figure. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking it's like a liter pop bottle or something, but I don't know. Lewis says my only non-black bag was a gift. Well, so if you're into the whole black thing, I have a ton of black bags because they only come in black, right? The bigger brothers to this only come in black. Now this size you can get in, I think they say like 1,047 colors or something. It's stupid how many colors you can get this thing in, but the medium and the large only come in black. So maybe a lot of people like black, and this one comes in an all black. And I thought about getting it just to show the difference, but I would never use it probably. I'm just not. Now, I like gray. Gray is an alternative to black. Black is just, there's so much stuff that's black, right? My camera bags, I really, really wanted to get a different color, but I really love this bag, and it's black. And they come in black and kind of a brownish color, which I don't really like at all, so I went with black. So again, I have a black camera bag. My Vanguard was black. That's why I wanted a different color. And yeah, but I love, love, love my Timba backpacks. So like I said, I took the 16 this time. I didn't use anything out of it. So I could have taken, I didn't even need to take the 10. I mean, I could have taken the 10 for that, 10 minutes that I shot with the M6. But if I get the Osmo 4, I may just start carrying it. We'll have to see. I'll have to compare the footage and see if the M6 was that much better. Okay. If it's not, if it's very comparable, I'll either stay with this or I'll get the 4 and just take it, because we were very, very active, and I don't think I could have done as much with the M6. I think the footage would have looked really, really bad. I know I couldn't have done the water park, but as far as the rest of it, and it'll be interesting because I did film the laser tag. So that really won't be something that, well, I guess I can show that from his perspective, shooting at his mother. I just can't show him. So yeah, I'm going to have to be very, very careful of how I edit these videos, especially on these trips I take him on. So, because the trip's really kind of all about him, and I can't show him. So, yeah, go figure. Lewis says, I like colors, but black doesn't bounce back light, which is ideal for portrait photography. True. Black also absorbs heat, which is not so good for cameras. Um, Plus, I just kind of like colors. So I have looked at the Brevity only because it comes in so many colors. But in the last year, they have raised the price. They've almost doubled the price just because they can. They don't need to. I think they would probably sell more bags if they wouldn't. But yeah, the price has almost doubled in a year for absolutely no reason. Maybe they're having trouble getting supplies. I don't know. Jeff says, "Hey Roy, how you going? Uh, how are going? Not afraid I left the family behind. Ah, how's it going? Nah, afraid I left the family behind. I was the hobbit that came back, only 5'5". Well, Jeff, you fit right in with the rest of us. I'm 5'4". I think Peter's about 5'4". We're about the same height. You just fit right in with the rest of us, bud. You're actually 5'5". You beat me. Yeah. So a lot of stuff that I review, you can kind of see if it would how it would fit on you because you're the same size. So, because that's kind of my complaint about a lot of this stuff is, and it some of the websites will even show you, this is what the bag looks like on someone. They usually start at 5'6". And then this is what it looks like on someone 6 foot, and this is what it looks like on someone 6'4". And it always looks normal on someone 6 feet. Well, the 16 is kind of that way. It's not a big bag by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know if I have them both over here. Yes, I do. Okay. So, like I said, I have not unpacked yet. Okay, so the 16 is like so, right? And so as you can tell, even with me sitting down, it's stand there. It's a bigger bag. And then here is my 10. Okay. So not that anybody asked, but since you asked, all right. So that's let's get the chair out of the way so you can kind of see the bag. Okay. So that's the 16, which I mean it's not horrible, but for like every day, plus I can get more equipment in it. So it makes it heavier. And okay, that's the 10. So obviously the 10 is more my size. But I am glad I had the 16, just because, you don't know until you get there what you're gonna be doing and everything. So, I took the microphone for me. I know better than to mic up a 4-year-old. Thank you very much. I did learn that lesson. But my daughter was with me, so I thought, well, maybe I'll be micing her. I did that in the Ren Fair video, and I know better than to mic her too, but yeah. So anyway, I had two mics. Plus, you don't, what if one kind of bites the dust on you, right? What else did I have in there? My camera, a couple of lenses, a tech pouch. Oh, what do you call those? A battery bank thing. And of course, all the chargers for the batteries, which I did end up using the charger for the Osmo, because I did run through some batteries on it. So, but again, everything that I actually used would have fit in the 10. So there you go. Peter says he's 5'2". Are you shrinking? Because I'm thinking now. When I went to visit Peter, I had my boots on, and I think he was wearing flip flops. So I was just a smidge taller, but I'm sure it was because of the boots. So, and I am not 5'2", Peter. I am 5'4". Just barely, but I'm there. Peter says, I never find pants my size on the inseam. I need 26 and I never find them. Yes, I did notice. So I've got really long legs for someone my height. I wear a 32 inseam. So I don't have a whole lot of body. And maybe that's why I have trouble with backpacks, because I do have a short torso. And so like the 16 just, it looks too big on me, right? The 10 just fits me perfect. Peter says the mafia uses those ginormous bags to hide bodies in. Oh, he didn't write that part. I kind of made that up. Well, yeah, the mafia used to hide shotguns in them. But I don't think they used backpacks. I think they just carried the bag and the shotgun would be in the bag. Or if you go way, way back, the one that had the round cartridge thing, yeah. I don't even remember what they were called. The gangsters, Bonnie and Clyde with the round, I don't know. Peter says, for the small fun size people. Yes, that's me. I'm small, I'm fun size, you know. Which I'm kind of grateful for now, because I can do stuff. Like I fit perfect down that kid slide, right? And so I'm thinking if I had been one of these really tall, atrocious women, I couldn't have gone down that slide. So yeah, I'm kind of happy that I'm not that tall. Roy says, talking to Jeff, says 5'5" is too tall for a hobbit. I'm thinking the hobbits were, yeah, a lot shorter than me. So yeah. And Roy says that's big fun size people discrimination. Well, Roy, the slide. Now, remember, this is a kids' water park. Now, they did have adult stuff, and the tubes for the adult slides were ginormous tubes. The tube for the kids was not that big, right? But had I, like none of the dads could go down those tubes. They were just, like, the dads were just too big. Some of the moms were. I was the only grandmother that was actually playing with my kid. There was a lot of grandparents there, and they were sitting in the chairs. They were a lot smarter than I am, but I did have more fun. Yeah. Tommy gun. Yes, thank you very much. I could not have pulled that out of the gray matter if I tried. Whoops. Randall says 3 feet high is a hobbit. Yes. And Carlos made it. Hey, Sly. Hey, everyone. Just heading home. Sorry I missed you, Peter. Well, you can catch the replay, right? He sang to Haas. And so I was telling him earlier, I'm not 100% sure why, because I know his mother never has Peter on her television. But anytime he's here and I put Peter on, it's like he knows him. And so Peter did a video of cutting his grass, and he wanted to know if he was cutting it so that we could play in his backyard when we went over there. He has no concept of he's 1,000 miles away, right? So maybe one day, Peter, maybe he will, for graduation or whatever, he'll go to Florida or something and come see you. Roy says it would be fun to see someone stuck in one of those tubes. I think that would be absolutely horrible. They had so much water cycling through there. I mean, thousands and thousands of gallons, right? Because at one time there was a huge bucket and it would fill up with water, and it would take probably 4 to 5 minutes to fill up with water. It was a huge bucket, and then it would dump on everybody, and then it would swing back up and start filling up again, right? And I mean, this whole park was just running thousands and thousands of gallons through it. And can you imagine getting stuck in one of those slides, and because the water's shooting down the slide, right? And if you're stopping that up, the water's going to back up behind you. I mean, I think he drowned. I'm not really sure. But it's all good. Peter's saying hi to Carlos. Swing lower next time. I'm not that tall. Peter says, Carlos is awesome. Love you, my friend. Yes, we love you, Carlos. And we're very glad you're here. Glad everybody's here. I was just kind of telling them about my experience at Great Wolf Lodge. Highly recommended if you have children or grandchildren, or if you just want to pretend you're a kid yourself. You know, there are enough children there that if you just wanted to go as an adult and pretend you were a kid, you could just kind of hang out around where the kids were, which now it sounds a little creepy, doesn't it? But you would blend in and nobody would probably question you, because it was pretty obvious who I was with. But there was so many parents there and so many kids there, and this is a weekday when kids are supposed to be in school. Gosh. So, and they said it was their slow season. So, yeah. But it was fun. I don't think I would go back by myself, but it was fun. So I may take him. I believe there's an indoor water park in Oklahoma City, and we may go there in October. Haven't really picked a place yet, but we are going somewhere in October. Not sure where. Peter says, by the way, my problem camera is still on right now. It waits for me to go live to act up. So, did you try hitting the shutter button? I don't think it's the camera, personally. I really don't. I think it's the ATEM. Only because I had problems with mine. And I can't remember now. I know I had audio problems. And I can't remember if I had... it seems like the picture wasn't as sharp as it is, like running through the ATEM into the computer. It seems like the picture wasn't as sharp. So, yeah, it's in my closet somewhere. I just don't use it anymore. So probably need to put that on Facebook Marketplace. But if I need it one day, then yes, I'll have it. Roy says, sounds like a scene from Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Pretty much it was on that scale. Everything was so bright and colorful, and the only difference, everybody was running around in bathing suits and soaking wet. So, yeah, we were there for about 3.5 hours, and I only grabbed a towel as we were leaving. So it was just more the norm to, stay just soaked. Charles. Hi, Sly. Hi, Charles. How you doing? I like that. We got this. That's very much could be anywhere. I kind of like that. Yeah. It looks like you're doing a lot of filming more. You've kind of shifted gears. I really, really liked your Disney World when you would go, because I really felt like I was getting to go to the park. Now it looks like you're doing more work with models, which is cool too. Carlos says, I love to pretend I'm a kid. My wife, not so much, especially when I tantrum when I don't get my way. There was some of that going on. Yeah. Not so much from him. I didn't get breakfast this morning, and so I pouted for about an hour and a half. I wasn't happy. She wanted me to eat at a convenience store. That is not my idea of breakfast. Okay. I like to sit down. I like to have someone bring me food. And I will pay for this. I'm not expecting free service. I will pay for this. And she wouldn't stop. And little man wanted to go sit down and eat too. And he didn't get to either. So I didn't really throw a tantrum. I just pouted for about an hour and a half. And then I got over it. Royce is talking to Peter. Says, spank that camera until it behaves. Right? So I don't think it's the camera, guys. I could be completely wrong. Could be. I've had my share of camera woes, let me tell you. I really think it's the ATEM. But when you figure it out, Peter, you're going to have to let us know. Because I just... Carlos, yeah. See? You know, convenience store breakfast, yummy, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, not so much. Peter says syrup on the waffles and ice cream too. So yesterday we got to go to IHOP. Now, I don't really care where we go as long as I get bacon and eggs. I actually got bacon, egg, sausage, and French toast, and had powdered sugar and syrup on the French toast. So, yeah. And I told her, I said, if you, and her reasoning, number one, she wanted to get home. But number two, I was just going to be sitting in a car all day, so I didn't need to have any energy. I was just going to be sitting there. Well, newsflash, I like breakfast. So I bought something at the convenience store. I took like 2 bites, and it was, it went in the bag, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, there weren't really, considering how tired little man was last night, he was very, very well behaved. There was no tantrums. And now he did today when we got up. Today is actually his birthday. We celebrated it Wednesday. She decorated the room. We had cake, the whole present, everything. And so today he was like, I'm like, happy birthday, big boy. It's your actual birthday. And he's like, nah, I'm good. So he's kind of, we talked about it enough that it kind of got to be too much, and that's cool. That's all right. But we have wrapped up another week, and I need to go unpack. I did eat something before, so because I couldn't wait to get home and have some eggs and bacon. Thank you very much. So I did finally get my eggs and bacon today. I live on a steady diet of eggs and bacon. It's just probably my favorite meal. Now you throw some French toast in with that, and I'm in hog heaven. I do not make good French toast. I do make good eggs and bacon, but to each their own. And we did have a nice dinner. We ate in the room last night, but it was good food. We got barbecue we were in Kansas City. Kansas City is kind of known for their barbecue, and it was very tasty. So it's not like I didn't eat on the trip, but I didn't get to eat a lot today. So, and I still have to unpack. And like I said, Carlos, I don't know how long you've been in here, but this was kind of the star of the weekend, was this little fanny pack, because the camera that I took everywhere with me was the Osmo, and it fits in there. When you're wearing it, it actually sits better. But it just fits in there perfect. Like it was made for it. It is not a camera bag by any stretch of the imagination. But it fits in there perfect. I do have, I think the PGY Tech is touted as a camera bag, and it's not long enough for this. This is not real long. I mean, it's a little Manfrotto Pixie tripod. So it's not a real long, what is that, about 12 inches maybe? 11, something. It's not real long, but none of my other bags have that offset thing. And that's what made the bag. So I'm going to start looking for bags that have that. Because that where they come out even, that's just not cutting it. And it needs to have enough room to fit this. So that's my takeaway from the week. That, and God sends people to mow your yards. That was phenomenal. Like, I haven't seen the backyard that short since last winter. That's how phenomenal that is. So thank you, Jesus. All right, guys, we will see you next week. I love you all. Thank you so, so much for coming in. And we'll hang out next week and see what the week brings next time. So, see you guys.